What would you do if you found out your roommate might be a serial killer? Now, this is a question I hope you never have to seriously ask yourself. And me personally, I'd call the police, I think. But this girl right here decided to post about it on TikTok. And her name is Angel Irene. And she mainly kind of just posts classic girl TikToks. I'm not even going to watch these. I'm just going to quickly read the captions to a couple of these so you get the idea of what she posts. This one right here, it says, "Me to the people from my hometown when I finally change my number and move out of state into my luxury apartment." I want you to remember this TikTok later in the video. And then you got this one right here. "Me when a nice guy that probably would treat me amazing tries to flirt," but you get the idea, right? Just classic girly stuff. That is until she posted this video right here, which went absolutely insane. It has about 9.5 million views. Let's watch it.
"I believe my brother is a serial killer and will end up killing somebody in the near future if he does not get a mental psychic evaluation as soon as possible. I'm not going through a psychosis. I'm not manic. This is real fucking life, y'all." So throughout the past couple of years, my brother has been showing signs of a psychopath, and over the last couple of months, it has gotten progressively worse. He's been bringing dead animals home left and right. I'm talking birds, skunks, geese, whole geese, y'all. Like, and this morning, me and my mom go to the garage to get in the car, and it literally reeks of something dead. Like, there's obviously something dead in that garage, and she knows it because she literally pointed it out before I did. And as we were in the car, I told her, I'm literally like, it has to be some kind of way, because he's grown, but it has to be some kind of way that we can check him into somewhere, because that is extremely concerning.
And she's right, that is concerning. Having dead animals, being fascinated with dead animals, it is a classic thing that serial killers do, including Jeffrey Dahmer, one of the most famous serial killers ever. He was into taxidermy. That was his favorite hobby growing up, which in layman's terms is essentially stuffing dead animal carcasses and making them look real, I think.
Not to mention, this man has literally the worst attitude with everybody around him, and the only time he's laughing is to himself. Literally. It could be dead silent in the room, and he'll literally just be dying laughing at nothing. And that's the only time he shows any happiness. I am genuinely scared for my life. I hate living here. I have nowhere else to go. Like, I don't want to get emotional. My mom literally, like, whenever I try to talk to her about it, she gets super defensive. Like, when I said something to her this morning, she's literally like, "Oh, how about you do some research on it?" What do you mean? Mind you, I am the youngest person in this house. Yeah, I'm the only person who is truly concerned about this. And my mother is just like, "How about you do something? How about you do something? Why do I have to do it? Why do I have to be the one? Why is it always on me?" That is your son. Like, that is your son. Literally. And I'm really terrified that nobody's going to take it serious until he ends up killing somebody.
So clearly, she's very emotional. This video, like I said before, went absolutely bonkers. Almost 10 million views. The mom is not helping, which is it's a classic thing. There should be a study done on that subject alone, of mothers ignoring extremely concerning red flags in their son's behavior when it comes to being a potential murderer, serial killer. I saw a video just yesterday about this guy who broke into some grandma's house, killed her, did a bunch of terrible stuff to her. And the mother, when they broke the news to her, she wasn't even surprised. She was like, "Oh, he did this? Oh, that's disgusting." And that's pretty much the extent of her reaction, which basically tells you she knew he was going to do this. Another thing to note is that she says she is the youngest one in the house, so we can assume that the brother may be in his 20s or something like that, which makes this even scarier. Because if the dude's 9 years old, that's one thing, but if he's 20, this very concerning. And my first thought after seeing this was, call the cops. Why aren't you calling the cops? I'm sure you thought that as well, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Nonetheless, a terrifying situation, and a lot of people are commenting in support of her. For example, this comment saying, "May God protect you." Oh my God. To which she responds to it, promoting her ebook on how to make quality content, how to market yourself to brands, how to plan content, content ideas. Purchase my ebook today at her website. So it makes you think, is this real? You immediately are promoting your ebook. By the way, $25 for this ebook. Here it is right here. How to become a content creator and content ideas ebook, $25. It's making me question, is this story even real? And I hate to do that because this is a very serious situation. You know, this kind of stuff does happen. People do ignore signs in people that are about to do terrible things, and then they end up doing those terrible things. So a slight red flag here that she's using her 9 million view video of her potential serial killer brother to promote a $25 ebook on how to make content. And then if you go to her bio on here, it says Angel Irene is a lifestyle, beauty, and fashion content creator. She started off making her videos on Instagram 2020, then transferred to TikTok, where she first started to gain attention on social media. Angel always had a passion for video content creation since she was young. And this is the point I want to get to here, where it says Angel hit her first million view video. I guess that is supposed to say in 2021. She later went on to create over 5 videos with 1 million plus views. Her highest being 4 million view on one video. A lot of typos in this, and now Ha gained so many typos. Over 85,000 followers. So she's mentioning her 85,000 followers and her likes across the platforms, in which she has around 85K followers, in which she must be updating that statement on the regular because each day she gains about 1,000 followers or so. And what's interesting about this is she gained all of those followers from the serial killer video. So when she's updating her bio saying I have X amount of followers, X amount of views, X amount of likes, a large majority of that is from one video, and it's the serial killer video. So once again, using that video to update her stats, her social media stats, to promote products. She has a shop as well where she's selling t-shirts. Right here, $45 t-shirt. She's selling art, apparently. I don't think she has any art on here, but she has at least a tab for it, so maybe she's planning on selling art. She is sending 10% of the profits towards mental health, which is great. I'm just a little confused here. You know, like what's going on? And I'm not the only one who's confused because her comment came with a video, and this is the video.
Hey y'all, so I just want to come on here and let y'all know I'm fine. I'm not dead. I've been working. Right now I'm just trying to find me a place to stay because it's way too hot to be sleeping in my car, y'all. Like, way too hot. And my car don't got AC. And I do not like asking for handouts, so if anybody wants to help me, y'all can help me by purchasing the ebook that's in my bio. This is my website. I worked really hard on it. My ebook is 6 chapters. It's on how to become a content creator. This also is on my main page. I will link my main page so y'all can see more of my content and the brands that I worked with. Even if y'all don't read it, purchasing it just helps. Also, if y'all want to donate any other amounts, my Cash App is in my bio.
So not only is she promoting the ebook, she drops my Cash App is in my bio, and it says help me leave with her Cash App. And the money from her ebook and her Cash App are supposed to be going towards her moving out of her house. And a lot of the people are a little confused here, right? Did I just get pranked? Did I just walk the prank? You're slick. You almost had me. Girl, you had me in the first half. Girl, the whole thing was an ad. Good job. But I don't think it's that simple. You know, I don't think it's just... Like, I can't just take this video of her promoting stuff and be like, oh, this was definitely an ad. Because stuff like this does actually happen. Maybe she is trying to move out of her house. And I'm not trying to convince you of anything, okay? Because I don't know if this is real or not. I'm not really sure. But let's keep in mind this caption right here from the beginning. And this was well before that viral video. It says, me to the people from my hometown when I finally changed my number and move out of state into my luxury apartment. So is this to fund her lifestyle that she glamorizes of living in luxury. I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I just find that to be a weird coincidence. And since everybody came to the same conclusion of what the heck is going on here, she decided to respond with this video showing some proof of her claims.
I want to know why the fuck y'all think I would sit here and lie about something like that, but since y'all do, here's some proof. Random holes he's been digging in the yard. What are you trying to bury? Like, whatever he got dead, it's in this bag, y'all. I'm like literally just, I'm scared to even touch the bag. But y'all, it smells so fucking rancid in here. I don't even want to touch it, bro. I don't even want to touch it. What is that you had? Ask. Oh, dead fucking fish he's been collecting. Would you like to see the other animals, or are you disturbed enough? And he's home right now. I would go in his room and show y'all all the shit that he be collecting. But like I said, he's home and I don't want to look suspicious.
So to recap, she showed holes. She showed a garbage bag. And this is her proof, right? People are saying this might not be true, so this is her video of proof. And so far, not much. She says it smells bad. And of course it smells bad. You have dead fish in there. But people fish, right? Fishing is a normal hobby. If I saw a dog in there, that's one thing. But if I see dead fish, I'm not super... It's not that much of a red flag. Maybe just having them lying around, maybe the guy... you could clean up after yourself. You could say that, but... I don't think it's as crazy as she's making it out to seem. And then she says she won't go in his room. She said she doesn't want him to... He's home. You know, she doesn't want him to confront her or whatever. Fair enough. You know, that she showed proof. Is it convincing proof? Not really. But it's not her job to convince us of anything, right? This could very well be a real situation. It's just she's trying to disprove the people who are saying it's weird that she dropped her Cash App. And her proof, I don't know, it could go either way. You know, I could see how, I think it would have helped a lot if she opened the trash bag so we could see what's in there. And remember before when I mentioned, just call the police, right? That's everybody's first instinct in this situation. She addresses that here. And this video right here, I was on the fence a bit of if I thought this was real or not. But this kind of sways me in the direction of, this could very well be 100% real. Let's look.
I know y'all looking for an update, so for everybody who was telling me call the police, call the police, call the crisis hotline, well, I did, and they treated me like I was absolute fucking joke. They did not take me serious at all. I told them everything that I told y'all. You know what the fuck they told me? Okay, but like, what has he done to make you feel unsafe? What the fuck do you mean? I literally just told you this. Mind you, I told them I have video proof. Somebody literally, my neighbor literally just sent me a video of him walking down the street with a dead goose in his hand. I literally told them I have video proof. I have picture proof. I have all the proof that y'all need. Nothing was done. They just left. Literally, and there was 4 cops there, and the only cop there that really sat there and explained to me was the black lady. How fucking ironic. They patiently told me, like, in order to get him to go to a hospital, my mom would have to be on board. Y'all know how that's gonna go. And another thing they told me that having dead animals is not a crime. It has to be proof or evidence that they killed the animal in order for it to be a crime.
So like I said before, I was on the fence a bit, and this kind of pushed me in the direction of this could definitely be real, because this is a real thing that happens. In fact, there's a very famous case of this. I don't know the boy's name, but it was going all over TikTok, where this boy, he's like 10 years old, he calls the police and he says, my 28-year-old brother, he's being very sketchy, he's being scary, he just purchased a weapon, we think he's going to do something bad. And the dispatcher essentially tells the kid to fuck off. They say they can't do anything unless the brother threatens them, right? So the boy is pleading multiple times over the phone. He's like, please, I know he's going to do something bad. But the dispatcher starts giving him attitude. She doesn't budge. She's like, hey, we could send somebody over, but they're not going to search his room. They're not going to do anything because your brother didn't actually threaten you, didn't really do anything wrong technically, right? So unless he does something, the police can't really search his room. So the kid says, okay, I guess I'll wait until he does something. And you could hear the sadness in the kid's voice as if he knew that he was f***ed. Only for the brother, right after this phone call, to stab the 10-year-old or however old he was to death, and then proceed to call the police on himself, saying he stabbed his little brother to death because he felt like it. So very similar situation as far as what the possible outcome could be. And a very similar situation on the phone with the dispatcher. So she's saying they didn't help. They got to do something first in order for them to send the police over. And this seems to be a common real thing that happens, right? So a very valid reason for why the police haven't intervened. I think that's a good response on her part to lay some rest to some of the doubts of whether this is real or not. So what ended up happening? She's saying she wants to move out. She's getting all this money from various supporters from that video. Here's the update video.
I just want to come on here and address some things about the situation with my brother. First of all, I really want to come on here and say that I'm super appreciative of everybody that's been checking up on me, everybody that sent me a penny, a dime, whatever. Like, I'm super duper grateful for anything, all the support, all the love. It's really been an army of people who have been checking up on me and making sure I'm okay. I'm not at home right now. I have not been home since I posted that video. I was staying at Airbnb for a couple of days, but right now I'm staying with my cousin. He doesn't know where my cousin lives or anything, so yeah. Also, everything I said about my brother was 100% true. I did not lie about anything he was doing. Notice how y'all didn't see any of my family members, nobody I know coming out saying that I was lying, because everything I said was absolutely true. And people thought I was lying just because I asked y'all to buy my ebook, but the only reason why I asked y'all to do that is because people were asking me ways they can help, and I much rather y'all buy something and get something in return, something that I worked hard on, put time, money, and effort into, than me just asking y'all for handouts and getting free money. Because I was gonna get a couple $1,000s, and then what? That wasn't gonna keep me in a place to stay. That wasn't gonna get me out the city. That wasn't gonna do none of that. But right now the situation is just really out of my hands. Like I said, I already contacted the police. Nothing was done. Parents not doing anything, so it's just out of my control. I can't do anything at this point but just help myself. Now I really do just want to come on here and use all this attention on me right now to help spread awareness about mental health, because it is super serious and it does not get taken serious enough. And I've been trying to find ways that are sustainable for me, but also is helping other people who are struggling mentally, giving them resources and spreading awareness at the same time. That's why anything purchased on my website from now on, 10% of all profits I make will be going to the Mental Health Association. And I'm also dropping physical products soon on my website, so yeah.
Okay, so she's moved out. Her mom is potentially stranded with a serial killer now, and there's people living next door to this guy. I wouldn't say it's quite resolved at this point. I would say she's out of danger, that's great. But talk about a failed system, because someone about to commit a heinous act, they're protected. They can't go into this guy's room, assuming this is all real, right? This is a serious scenario. Like, this guy might murder people, yet the police are like, we can't do anything until he actually does something, which is like, all right, what the fuck, you know? And then in other situations, like a routine traffic stop, cops will just violate your rights without thinking twice. It's just wild. There's obviously reasons why it's like that, why you have to be super careful with a potentially serious situation like this, because the person could get off, right? They could not get in any trouble at all if their rights are violated. This situation is just insane. I hope everything works out. And after going through all of that, it's still hard to say definitively whether this TikToker was actually living with a serial killer, but the signs are certainly chilling. So I'm curious if you guys think this is real. Is this all promo for her businesses? Is this real and a promo for her business? Because I'm at a loss. I certainly believe something like this is possible. I believe that she could have called the cops and they potentially have done nothing about it, but I can't help but have in the back of my mind that she replied to her viral video promoting her products, as well as her Cash App, right? She's saying she's not asking for handouts, yet she has her Cash App in her bio. But for every bad thing she does, she seems to redeem it. Like now she's giving 10% of her proceeds to mental health, which is a great thing. I'm just confused, especially considering her ebook that she's charging $25 for is how to create viral content. It's like, hey, are we part of your scheme of creating viral content? I'd like to think not. She says that the money that she's making from all this, it's being spent on moving out of the house. But realistically, moving out of a house, not that expensive, right? You get a normal job. You could pay your rent. You're not going to be living in luxury, but you should be able to pay your rent. You should be able to pay for food. You just got to cut your expenses down. But there's something about jumping on the business opportunities versus doing everything in your power to get help for the person who is a potential serial killer. I don't know. It seems a little bit off. Okay. And that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, I don't know shit. I'm just speculating. And I just think this is a weird situation, and I want to share it with you guys. And I really want to know what you guys think, because I haven't really come to a solid conclusion. If I had to give my best guess as to what's happening here, I think this girl has these visions of luxury in her head. She wants to live this lavish life. I think that her brother is probably weird. I think he probably does do some weird things. Maybe he is a little bit unusual, potentially in a dangerous way. But I think she might be using, I don't want to make any accusations here, right? But this is just my best guess, okay? I think she's using his weirdness plus her imagination to make a perfect cocktail for a viral video in which now she is capitalizing off of, which is, it's fine. As long as the guy gets help, as long as everybody's safe, I think that is the ultimate goal here. So let me know what you guys think. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it half and half? Let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.